All right, let's talk about building unstoppable confidence. Wouldn't it be great if you were unstoppable, if you're unbreakable, unshakable? Be a lot of fun, right? Think about how you become confident in anything in your life. Starts with passion about doing something. I really want to ride a bike. I really want to ride a bike. And then it comes to doing it and being willing to kind of suck at it until you finally figure it out. And then you get better and better at it. Pretty soon you're popping wheelies. Okay? Anything that you've ever done, any passion you've ever done, whether it's singing, dancing, playing an instrument, whatever, passion, interest, practice, being willing to suck at it, getting reasonable at it, getting some feedback. Hey, you're pretty good at that. Build your confidence. Say, yeah, I guess I am. I'm pretty good at that, right? So plan to review, getting better every single day is going to be part of your confidence. But one of the things that I want you to do is be willing to engage in the actions, turn your brain off as I give you assignments, turn your brain off and do the thing even if you're nervous. Feel the fear and do it anyway, okay? Feel the fear and take action anyway. Always stay in motion, always moving forward. Remember, it's hard to get better and look good at the same time. Remember I said earlier, you need to be willing to start messy? Start messy. You're going to be messy as you launch this. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to have all the answers, and that's okay. One of the things you can do to kind of build confidence is borrow somebody else. Borrow their confidence. I remember when I first got involved in network marketing, the top earner in the company was only like 3-4 years older than me. He was coming to Minneapolis, where I lived, to do an event, and we were so excited. Now, up until that point, I was super insecure around a certain type of prospect. I could always invite people to the presentations, but if somebody was like an older corporate executive, marketing type person that had a bit background and a big degree, they would just say, well, you know, your thing looks cool, but have you ever tried this and this and this and this and this? And I never had any answers for that. And I was always felt small, you know, because they had more experience than I was. I was just a young kid. So I would usually just agree with them and waste everybody's time. Oh, that's a good idea. We should talk to the company about that. Oh, that's a good idea. Even though I knew it didn't work. I was kind of say anything to try and get them to join, which was a bad strategy. And then the top earner came in. And here's what I would say. What happened, I didn't have confidence, but I modeled somebody else. Here's what happened. We do the presentation. And the top earner does the presentation. His name is Jeff. He does the presentation. And afterwards, sure enough, some corporate executive guy walks up to him, and I'm watching every move he's making. And he says, excuse me, Jeff? Yeah. What you're doing is kind of cute, whatever, this little network marketing model. But have you ever tried about this? And have you ever learned about that? I've got a background in marketing, and I have advertising, and I've got this degree in this and this and this. And Jeff just said, hold, stop. He said, I'm making this amount of money doing it this way. Would this amount of money be okay for you? And the guy said, well, yeah. He said, well, why don't we just save all your ideas, focus on what we know works for sure, and once you get your income to at least my level, then we can implement all of your ideas. Does that sound fair? And the guy said, well, yeah, I guess that sounds fair. He says, okay, let's go over and fill out the paperwork. And the guy says, okay. And I'm like, oh my God, it was just like a magic trick. How did that happen? That just happened. So I'm like, oh, I'm like, again, I'm insecure. I'm not confident, but I could pretend I was Jeff. So here's what happens. I'm like ready, right? This is when we're doing lots of live meetings, presentations, you know, in group presentations. So before Zoom. So next time I have a prospect at the event and it's one of those big shots. And afterwards, I'm like, well, what'd you like best? And he said, well, you know, Eric, you know, I've got a lot of experience in this area. And if you ever tried this, and I got an idea that this and this and this and this, and, you know, this network marketing, but I've got some ideas. And I just said, wait, I literally pretended I was Jeff. I said, hold it. My mentors, people I work with, they're making this amount, doing it this way, the way that we know works. Would this amount be okay with you? He said, well, yeah. I said, well, why don't we just hold your ideas, just do what my mentors present, follow their lead, follow their example, and once you're making at least as much as they're making, doing what they know is proven inside of this business model, then we'll add all of your great ideas. Does that sound fair? He said, well, yeah. I said, well, come on over here, let's do the paperwork. And sure enough, he follows me across the room. I'm like, oh my God. I was not confident. I was not secure. I literally just repeated what I saw, and I acted like I was the number one earner when I wasn't. I didn't lie. Everything I said was the truth. Sure enough, he signed up. So I could borrow the confidence of somebody else by modeling their behavior. Okay? Think of who you can borrow their confidence by acting like you were them. Somebody you admire in your company. If you act like they would act in different situations, guess what? You're going to start to get the results that they get.